Well, good morning, people. It is now the day after Christmas, and I'm just waking up. It was a long Christmas, as I figured it would be. So, my face is in so much pain because of this, whatever it is. And, I don't know. Well, anyway, normally what I do on Christmas is I hide. I hide in my bedroom here and avoid everybody. But I promised that I would actually go out and sit at the table and have dinner with the family. You know what I mean? And I was okay with that. My nephew, Ricky, which I love, and my niece, Alyssa, which I love to death, Silas, they were there. It was just, and my parents, they were all just there, so that wasn't a big deal to me. And, as I'm sitting there, I only see that I had that was left at the table is the back one, towards kind of cornered, nowhere to go. And before we got started eating dinner, everybody started showing up, and I was trapped. And family members that do not like me very much because I'm the black sheep of the family, so yeah, it was uncomfortable. So what I decided to do is my dad had a bottle of Southern Comfort sitting on the table, and I just sat there, didn't say much, talked to my dad a little bit, and I had a couple of rum and cokes the whole time, and just sat back and watched everything as it went on. Listened to the whining, complaining, people talking crap on other family members, which it never stops. I swear to God, my whole family, personal and extended, they're just a bunch of backstabbing people. I don't understand it. It's mostly on my no, it's on both sides of my family. They talk, and it'd be funny. One group of my family members would come in, and then they would say this and that and this and that about certain other family members, all negative stuff. And my cousin Paul Dunbar had just passed away 2 months ago. He had lung cancer, he'd been battling it. He was given a short time to live, but he took those 3, 4 months and he turned them into a couple years. But unfortunately, we lost him. And, and I love and I miss him. And I wish we had stayed in better contact and close as we were, like we were when we were kids, because he's my first cousin. It's my mom's sister, her kids. And then, unfortunately, when we just had the snowstorm, my cousin Billy Dunbar, Paul's brother, early 50s, passes away. Heart attack, shoveling snow. And, just speaking to him literally the night before to come in the morning, and we had to have the front of the house plowed, And it was sad to see family members on Christmas Day, when I believe in celebrating somebody's life, rather than being depressed. I'm not good at coping. I have never dealt with any of the losses of people that were close to me ever. And I lost a tremendous amount of people in 1 year together. The people closest to me, the people I loved the most, it happened in such rapid succession. I believe in late March to early April 2019, I lost 6 people. 6 people I loved and really, truly cared about. And the even sad part is, I I was disinvited to the wakes, viewings, whatever, and the funeral. How the hell do you get disinvited to a funeral? That's still something that baffles me to this day. All because of a couple family members that just don't approve of my very existence. Because I haven't had an easy life. I struggled. I struggled through addiction. And still, recovering, being in recovery, is a lifetime thing. And I have my days where, where those are the bad days. And it's not that I go and, relapse or anything, but remembering the days of when I was using causes a lot of anxiety and stress. And especially along the holidays. Because it also, right before on the holiday season started, I had a 5-year relationship with somebody. And, well, the relationship ended very abruptly. We chose to agree to disagree on the circumstances. So, it's a dead issue. But, yeah, losing a 5-year relationship on top of after that ended, I had lost 2 of my close cousins, and one of my close friends, Sean Coons. And it just keeps rolling one after another and after another. And as you get out of that drug haze, and you start thinking like a normal human being again, well, you start to remember all these people and all the good things. But it's also hard, because if you don't have coping skills to deal with the loss of somebody, you bury it, which I have been doing, and I still do. Because right now, I'm in no condition to, I guess I'm in a sense afraid to start to grieve. Because once I do, it's like smashing open a dam and everything all at once. Everything comes at once. That means everybody who passed away that I haven't dealt with, going all the way back to my grandparents, which just goes back to 1998 till now. It would all come at once. And I don't know if I have the emotional stability to deal with the loss of that many people that I loved and still love, and I miss terribly. I don't know if I can handle it all at once. I don't know if anyone's really equipped to deal with that. I don't want to get overwhelmed, because I don't want to end up back in a nut house. And so I avoid it. I bury it until a day when I know that I am going to be stronger and be able to handle it. So that's why holidays are really hard on me, is because I start to grieve when I should be happy, and I allow my anxiety and stress to overtake me. And so I shut down, isolate, and avoid the world, Now, when my addiction started, was not a person who went out and partied and, you know, did all these opiates and just to get high and yeah, turned into this addict. That's, you know, I partied like a normal young person does. You know, beer parties, parties in the woods with a kegs of beer and stuff like that. You know, and some pot smoking, and later, you know, some LSD, and that was the extent of it. You know, we were all against the hard drugs, all of us. They would never do it, ever, ever. When I was 18, you know, I was able to. I was really big into baseball, and a lumber yard that my dad and my uncle had owned. So I would work there in the summer, and you know, earn some money. And I graduated from high school, and this was going to be my last summer working there. And I was going to take a year off, and decided to go to college. Now I know if I decided to ever apply for a sports scholarship, just like that, I would have gotten it. I know I would have, but I didn't. Laziness. I was really lazy in school because the tests, the homework, it was boring to me because I didn't find out until later in life that I should have been in much different, more advanced classes than I was, something that was more challenging. So I had no interest in it. And I wish I had known that I could have been in classes that would have been more challenging, that would have interested me. I'm a very mathematical person. My brain functions completely in a mathematical way. And, you know, math is just easy. So when I started algebra, I would look at the answers, I would look at the problem and instantly see the answer. So